Hello. Okay, so for week 2 discussion, board topic, we are talking about the teachers regarding between classes within grouping. What are the positives of it? What are the negatives? And does the age level of the children change with their needs? So Miss Diaz, and I think she does a wonderful job. That suggests that each grade level be organized into tracks to create high, average, and low groups, which I think that's positive. That way that each student is in an area where they are able to work with students who have maybe similar problems or similar ways of thinking. I think it's a good idea that they work with the same teacher throughout the day and the plan makes sense. Teachers with the same academic backgrounds of that is also really positive, I think, having them sectioned off into groups. The thing with groups, though, is you're sectioning those kids. So if those kids are in a group and they feel like, oh, this is the low-end group, you're making that child feel as if they don't fit in with the whole class. So having a whole class where they are all able to fit in, like Mr. Yang talks about, where the students need to be exposed to a wide range of individuals' abilities and characteristics and talents, I think that is important because I think students learn off of students. So if you have a student that understands something very, very well and you have a student that doesn't understand it at all, and they work together, they're going to be able to understand that information better, I believe, because they are working together. Separating them into groups where they're with a group that they are academically equivalent with those students, it makes it harder because if both students that are working together both don't understand the concept, they aren't going to be able to get anywhere. So if you have one student that understands and one student that doesn't, then they will be able to work together and feed off of each other to get the knowledge. So I think there's pros and there's cons. So I think both ways are both beneficial, but I wouldn't want to leave my kids separated into those low, middle, high areas because the kids that are in the low aren't going to always stay in the low. Maybe they'll finally grasp the concept that you're trying to teach, and so maybe they can move up. So I think having it as a whole class would be a better and ideal. Age level of the children does play a factor as well. I think in kindergarten, like Mr. Yang's class was in kindergarten, so they're young. Like separating them into groups would be, I think, a little challenging. As if you had a high school class that you were having these students in this class and these students in this class would be a little bit better. But still, I personally believe that students should be welcome into like the whole classroom environment. You may have little breakout groups that you have students work together for a little bit, but I truly believe students learn off of each other. So having them and as a whole class setting and maybe just grouping them with students that randomly grouping them, I think would be more beneficial for the students. Thank you.